Truth, really that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic, this truth be told. Only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the God Barber. I hope that you ready, keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told, let's go.
Welcome to another edition of Troof Be Told. We got a special guest in the building today. But before I get to that, man, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys go to that subscribe button, hit that button for us so that you'll miss any episode. I got my boy, the God Barber, in the house with me.
Yes, sir, boy. I'm here, baby. I'm here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, real boy. I'm happy right now, boy.
I know why.
I got my dog in the house, baby.
Hold on to that one quick second.
Dog in the house, baby.
I also got my girl Desiree in the building today. Desiree, how you doing?
Fellas? I'm good. How y'all doing?
All right, we doing all right. Desiree, you sound good?
I'm good.
All right. Looking. Okay, I see you. And I'm your host, Real Deal, man. Hey, one of your hosts, Real Deal. Hey, listen, we gonna go ahead and get straight to it, man. We can't waste no time today, baby. You know what I'm saying?
No time.
Hey, we have somebody that's not a stranger to the area, man.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're from Bradenton.
Yes, sir.
I went to the one of the best schools in the county, if not the best. Alumni of Southeast High School, class of '88. He is a man that has earned the title of doctor. You know what I'm saying? You can't throw that around too lightly these days. You know what I'm saying? You know, Dr. Dre. No. you know, Dr. Doolittle. No. They throw doctor around like it's just, you know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody's nickname called Doc. No, bro. Listen, man.
Oh, boy. Wait, Dr.
CEO
Doolittle.
and founder of New Beginnings Today. Centered around mental health, community, creator. Also a creator. Let me throw that out there. Also a creator. And we're going to talk about that too. A good friend of my boy, the God Barber.
Yes, sir.
We are so fortunate to have the one and only. He came to us by the way of Atlanta. Just showed up in the shop. And we got to get it in and get it out. You know what I'm saying? So
baby.
excited to have this guy, man. I want you guys to give it up for the one and only Dr. Marcus Green in the building.
My boy, Mark, baby.
How you doing, dog? How you doing, baby? You doing good?
I'm doing good.
Look, man, you look good.
Man,
I'm waiting for
I
Can I
appreciate
say
it.
something before we get started?
go ahead, man.
Listen, man, you look like you probably about 28 years old right now,
Hey,
man.
It's in the water.
It's in the water?
It's in the water.
Real, that's what I was about to get to, real.
Yeah.
My boy looked the same from high school.
That's crazy,
I'm trying
man.
to...
Hey, man, that's just eating good and exercising.
That's what it
Yes,
is?
sir, man.
Eating good and exercising.
Okay. That's
Eating clean.
Man.
No,
Eating clean, yeah.
let me straighten that. That's eating clean.
Eating clean.
Eating clean.
Now, that's a difference?
Oh, yeah. You can eat good all the time, you know.
Right.
But, eating clean, exercising.
Green, I think
Man.
you're trying to say something about us, baby.
Man, look at him,
Y'all
man.
look good, too. Now look wrong.
My boy, Mark, man, listen, Mark, man, I'm glad, I'm happy to see you, first of all. And for you to take the time to come down
Hey, man,
from Atlanta
only you
to
can
hang
do that.
out.
Only you can do that. Hey, only Truth Be Told can pull that off.
That's what I'm saying,
If
man.
it's not a funeral.
Oh, man.
Yes,
Man, so glad, man, I'm so happy to see you, Mark, man. So glad you
Man.
took the time to come down. And real, he told me now.
Yeah.
He said, agree, I promise you, I'm coming.
That's
See,
how
but
I bet 10 minutes early.
the word on the street from the class of '88 players, I'm '89.
Yeah.
From the players of class of '88,
Yeah.
they say Green. I don't know how you gonna pull it off, Green. That boy, that stay busy, Green. They say Green. First of all, Green, it'll be a surprise if he answer your call.
Uh-oh.
That's a class 8-8 now.
That was
That's
class
class 8-8 now.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
see,
that-
me and Mark go too far
Yeah,
back.
we go too far back.
We go
Okay.
too far back, baby.
You want to clear that up, Mark? I mean, what they mean by you ain't answering no phone
That
calls
was
now?
back then.
Okay.
That was back then. This is now.
All right. I got you. Well, Mark,
Yes,
tell us a little
sir.
bit, man. Tell us a little bit about, where you from and, kind of your journey a little
I'm
bit.
from the 941. I'm home. You know,
Yeah.
this family.
This
You know,
family.
I never left.
Okay.
You know.
Now is it true that you want to be Manatee Hurricane?
Whoa.
I mean, this really, it's Troof Be Told now. I mean,
I ain't always coming to a comedy show.
Hey, Mark, you home, baby. You home. You home, baby.
Hey man, I'm fortunate, brother. You know, hey.
you haven't said that yet, dog.
I'm a similar.
I mean, did he answer the question, Green?
Hey, he ain't answered, man. But he did answer it.
He said he a Seminole.
He said you're Seminole, man.
Okay, all right.
It don't matter where he might have wanted to go.
Yes,
It's where he
so,
went.
boy.
So Mark,
boy.
you got. I mean, you grew up here in Bradenton, right? And
Absolutely.
you do have some siblings. And
Absolutely.
Like, who are your siblings?
I got a lot out there, man. You know, brothers. You know, I got sisters out there. You know, so I have stepsisters out there. So shout out to all my folks out, and I have those honorable brothers and sisters, like Green.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, the family is so. I was raised by a village.
Okay.
You know, so it just the village, raised not only me but a lot of us was raised by the village.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you grow up with a 2-parent household?
I grew up with the village, parents, grandparents,
Yeah.
Aunties, so just raised by the village.
Okay.
Although I'm, shout out to all the hoods, Mixon, Kingston, Rogers Projects, all of, Pearl Mellow, Road. That's where all my people from. It's part of that village, As a matter of fact, I lived in a village in Pearl Mellow, God knows how many years.
Right.
Shout out to my people from the village, back in the day. They know who they are.
Yeah.
So it's part of that village,
Okay. Now, growing up now, because, talking to Green, when me and him talk a little bit, we always talking about sports and stuff like that, right? Just being in this town is kind of, you engulfed in sports all the time. You mess around and look up, you find out that the little small city of Bradenton, Manatee County, has in the top 2 or 3 in the country as far as athletes being put out that's playing currently in NFL. You would have never thought anything. So that's embedded in us. Were you invested in sports just as well, or were you more academic?
I was only invested in sports coming up to high school. Then I joined the band. I went to my other talent.
Okay.
That's physically wise, but I always stay tuned. As far as being abreast of what's going on in all sports. I can talk about it. From baseball to soccer to football to basketball. But as far as being involved, shoot, man, we go back to the Bronco days.
Yes, sir.
Are the Broncos still around?
No, they got the new Manatee Broncos now.
Oh, that's what they call it.
Yeah, the new Manatee Broncos.
Wow.
See, we played for the Kiwanis
Kiwanis
Club,
Club.
Broncos,
Right,
Manatee
right.
Broncos, yeah.
Right.
Back in the 80s.
So, hey, high school, I was 125 pounds.
Yeah.
Shoot, I had to go through my second talent.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Sometimes it's like that, what I'm saying? Gotta go to that second talent.
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's the deal. You ended up, agreeing, I know we time wise.
Go ahead.
You ended up leaving Manatee County. You went to college in Atlanta.
Right.
What school did you attend?
I went to Morris Brown. My story went, when I left Southeast, I went straight to Morris Brown College. Morris Brown College actually kind of changed my life around, because that's when I matriculated cognitively and found myself. That's sometimes you don't know who you are until you kind of got to get away. You got to change the scenery. So Morris Brown, and it's HBCU, And like any HBCU, whatever, you know. So it helped me look at life, and it set a new course for me.
Yeah.
So I went to Morris Brown for 5 years. I'm not ashamed to say it took me 5 years, but you know, spent those 5 years of my life was life changing.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you went into college, did you go into when you went into your major? Did you go into the mental health field or counseling? I'm not. Too sure.
No. You know, when I went to Morris Brown, it was a journey. My 5 years was a journey.
Okay.
So it was a culture shock, first of all, when I first got there.
Yeah.
You know, just never being around people with high ideas and aspirations that look like me. So that was a big culture shock. So after being enriched and engulfed in that situation, then through time, I had this Harriet Tubman spirit. You know, that I think my sophomore year, that Harriet Tubman spirit got to me, which is, man, I have to. My people need to know about this. I didn't come from this environment. But they need to know. You know, so, but you know, when you have the spirit and you can't do anything because you know you're a college student, and then you got to hit the books real hard. You got to get it. So, I wanted to save the world. That Harriet Tubman spirit. So a wise man told me, you might not be able to save the world, but you can save those that you can touch around you. So I never forgot that. That never left me. So but academically, I know I couldn't do anything until I finished school, until I was in position to.
Right.
So I knew I had to finish school to be in position to do anything.
Right. Right.
You know, because you know, a student, hey, we roughing it. Right. Hell, it took advantage of us. Of us at Morris Brown to get through it. You know, but that's that fifth degree, survival.
Survival, yeah.
And that's crazy. That's crazy too, man. That when Mark said it was like a culture shock when you went up there. You know, like coming from Manatee County. You know, we was amongst blacks. You know, but at school at Southeast, there was some whites there too.
But we didn't have black dentists. We didn't have
there you go.
Enough principals and superintendents and lawyers and nurse practitioners and the person at the bankers and whatever you see, whatever your world consists of. Right. Ownership, you know, black developers and, you know, entrepreneurs, just everything and every aspect of your life that contained.
You didn't have that here in Manatee County?
No.
So when you went to Atlanta?
No, don't get me wrong. We had God. Yeah. You know, God came first. You know, we had each other. Yeah. It's just a different culture. Yeah, we wasn't in and I'm not down where I come from. I never do that. But I would, you know, the education. You know, there was a lot that was missing, and so if you believe it, you can achieve it. Right. But if you don't see it or experience it, how you gonna achieve to get something that you don't know that exists there, or how you know your reach is gonna be so far. Right. You know, you're not gonna even be hungry. You're not gonna even be pushed that far. You're not gonna be pushed to even strive to get there because you can't see it. Right. You know, so your vision is gonna be blurry. Right. Yeah. So you know, it was a culture shock, and Morris Brown helped me. And they pushed me into, you know, no, and going home was not an option.
Now, was that crazy, man. That not going home was not an option? Was that something that you was internalizing? Was that something that your parents said, "Nah, bro, you can't come home"?
It was a combination. Okay. You know, because you know your parents and your grandparents, they don't want to see you out there suffering. So they're trying to look out. They only can do what they know. Hey, we don't want to see you out there. Come home, regroup, whatever. But at Morris Brown, they was like, hey, going home is not an option. You figure it out. Yeah. You know, find a way, you make a way. You know, so, because that's what the world is about. In society, you got to find a way to make a way. Yeah. So if you got here, you better stay here. Do what you need to do. That's crazy. And I think pretty much although I'm talking about Morris Brown, I think pretty much all HBCUs.
I was
just about to
gonna
say that, yeah.
This is not
I
one
think
school.
that's the beauty of HBCUs. My son's currently in his first year at Edward Waters, and I know when we went for his visit, that was something that caught me. Basically, we look alike. I want to see you succeed. You're here on a football scholarship, but I want to make sure you leave here with, if not just 1, but 2 degrees. It's not about your skill on the field. So I think if someone has that opportunity to experience an HBCU, I think they should take advantage of that.
I mean, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be the first, and I know we're limited of time here, but I'll be the first one to say, why, if you can go to Florida State, you can go to Florida A&M. You know, if you can go to Emory University, you can go to Morris Brown, Morehouse, Spelman, or Clark Atlanta University. So you know, if you can go on a scholarship to Georgetown up in D.C. area, then you can go to Howard. You know, and I'm specifically speaking undergraduate. You know, if you can go to University of Alabama undergrad, you can go to Alabama State, Alabama A&M.
Yeah.
I mean, I can keep going on and on and
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Anybody that want to dispute me, shoot me a DM.
Yeah.
Ask Dr. Marcus for me, and we can we can take it there.
Yeah,
It's-
man, because I'm sorry.
ahead.
But like I say, I can feel it. I feel what Marcus feel.
Yeah.
We from the same
Yeah.
neighborhood, from the same hood.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in Rogers Project, Avondale, Old Mead. He grew up in Mixon.
Yeah.
So when we left, I went to HBCU. I went to Edward Waters College. That's where I graduated from. I didn't know black folks did all that.
Right.
Until I went to HBCU. I'm talking about, I learned so much about black folks, so I thought they were lying
Yeah.
because we didn't hear that around here.
Right.
You didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it.
If you don't believe it, then how can you achieve it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. Because every time, if you know, when we get into that conversation about HBCUs, it's always the same message.
Yeah, man.
You gotta experience it, and unfortunately, that's something that
different world.
you know you put in a spin that I never really thought about. If it was just undergrad, right? Because everybody has those programs that's equally the same. Then, if you was to give an HBCU the opportunity, who's to say? You know, you might end up staying there, or you may go on. But the experience of being there is a lot more than what I can say because I never had it.
Well, I've been on both sides of the fence. You know, my undergrad, and I would advise all parents, you know, undergrad, HBCU, graduate school, go where you want to go. And I've been on both sides of the fence. I've taught on both sides of the fence. You know, I taught grad at PWIs and I taught at HBCU. So, you know, it's a different world where you come from.
Wow,
Totally different world where you come from. You got plenty to choose from.
wow. So let me ask you this. So you spent 5 years at Morris Brown.
Yeah,
You-
5 years. I'm not ashamed.
and you end up going where after that?
You know, I went to Troy State, Troy State University in Troy, Alabama. Troy, Alabama is right next to Columbus, Georgia. I don't know if anybody been to Columbus or stationed at, I think it's Fort Bradenton, Columbus.
Yeah.
No, not, what's that? I forgot. But it's, y'all Army people know.
That's my mom. My mom live there right now, Marcus,
Right.
Columbus,
So,
Georgia.
it's right next to Columbus, Georgia, like Bradenton and Palmetto. And then, guess where I got my doctorate from?
Well,
Argosy University in Sarasota, Florida.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that was an experience. Let me tell you how I ended up at Argosy in Sarasota. I was down here visiting. I was visiting, and I saw some of my friends from Morris Brown at the mall, DeSoto Square at the time. And I'm like, what y'all doing here in my hood? You know, y'all they were from San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, we down here at Sarasota. Now I'm finna put my boy on Front Street. Oh, Steve Pollock down there too.
what?
I said, what? No, we came in together now.
Yeah.
They didn't tell you?
No,
Steve, I'm gonna get you, Steve. Boy, we gonna get you, boy.
no. And then he was so Steve was on a nice fast track. You know, Steve was really he set a tone for me. You know, we all graduated from school together.
Yep.
We went to Morris Brown together, and I called Steve, and boy, we had it out. But at the time, I was working on my master's.
Yeah,
You know.
Oh, okay.
So it was so all those girls and Steve, they were in the same program, education.
Gotcha.
You know, so you know again, it's part of that HBCU connection.
Yeah.
So they was
When the
they was going together. So after Steve and I headed out, and I understood at the time I didn't understand, but because how intense the program is, I got it. You know, when I enrolled, so I was inspired.
Okay.
You know, I was very inspired, and I was already on the projector. I was on a really good projector in my master program, so that just inspired me to keep going.
Wow, that's awesome. So currently, you founded New Beginnings Today.
Yes.
What is New Beginnings Today?
New Beginnings Today is a behavioral health clinic
Okay.
committed to empowering the lives of individuals, and we do this through counseling and therapy programs, medication management. We're also education advocates, in which we go into the schools and work with those students that need those behavior modifications. So we offer a comprehensive range of services to meet the needs of individuals. It's a behavioral health clinic, so it's in the mental, all up under mental health.
So you prescribe medicines?
Yeah, I just.
Up on our clinic, in the clinic, we have everybody. We have psychiatrists, we have psychologists, we have nurse practitioners, regular RNs. Of course, we have therapists and behavior aides. And so we offer, you know, mental health is more than it's the whole health. We deal with the whole health of the person.
Okay.
So it goes along with integrated healthcare. If you are familiar with integrated healthcare, let me try to educate your audience a little bit on integrated healthcare, because you need to know. Integrated healthcare is when you have your mental health clinician is in sync with your physical health physician. It's for the betterment of the patient, because premiums go down with insurance, patient care gets better, you know, so everybody wins. So let me give you an example. So if grandma have diabetes, or she's receiving dialysis, or if someone had some type of situation in the hospital, that affects the whole family, especially if the father or the mother, whoever is the breadwinner, and it just affects the whole family. So and then the individual, just think about those football players that can't play anymore. I'm just shifting gears a little bit. You know, they go into a deep depression, a slump, you know, go into a funk, you know, because or those who have brain injuries, you know. So it's hard for them to deal with the illnesses. In the physicians, they're not mental health clinicians, you know. So, but they do the best they can. But when you have the mental health clinician, it's communicating with that physician for the treatment of the patient. Everybody wins. Yeah. That's integrated healthcare.
Okay.
At its best.
So what's the difference? I'm sorry, Real. What's the difference? Okay, because we got a mental health place here. What, Center Stone? We used to call it Glen Oaks. So I'm saying, but they can stay overnight over there. They stay overnight with you?
Well, no, that's inpatient. We're just New Beginnings Today. We're outpatient.
Oh, outpatient.
You know,
okay.
We don't go into they pretty much have everything they need inside those clinics. You know, we're not outpatient.
Okay.
We're not inpatient. We're outpatient. You know, so we work with those. We try to keep the patients at home and in the community. You know.
I got a question for you, because a lot of times, you know, especially in our community, you know, when we talk about mental health, there's always that topic of, you know, I don't need no help, all that stuff like that in our community. But truthfully, I was one of those athletes, and I believe, you know, I didn't make it to the peak of where I wanted to go as far as football. But I can't even tell you if I really had a mental health issue dealing with that. So how do people know that they even have a mental health? Is it always that easy to identify, or is it some cases where it's very hard to say, man, you got a mental health issue, you don't even know?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. First of all, no one is exempt from a mental health condition. No one is exempt. That's just like saying, "Hey, I never had a cold," but you're not exempt from getting a cold. You know, or you're not exempt. No one's exempt for getting sick. You know, and mental health has always been taboo in our community. It's mislabeled. We've been misdiagnosed or not diagnosed at all, and it has gone untouched. And just imagine if you caught the flu and was not treated, and how it'll progress. You know, that's just like if you're a bipolar patient, or if you've been diagnosed as bipolar and you're not treated, it gets worse and worse. A lot of the kids, unfortunately, they have mental health condition, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. We may have them in our own families, or you may have adult, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And if you don't take your medication, those kids can be mislabeled as behavior disorder. Oh, he has behavior issues. And back in the day, they just try to spank us or beat. We get beaten.
Try to beat it out.
Try to beat it out you. Try to beat the behavior out you. But that kid has a diagnosis. He can't help it. Like a lot of kids go to. Let me give an example. So if little Johnny goes, can I need to sharpen my pencil. He goes to the pencil sharpener. Well, I don't even know if they have pencil sharpeners these days.
I used to wind that thing up.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So back in the day, little Johnny going to, wind his pencil, but he looking around, he dancing at pencil. He's seeking attention.
Yeah.
He gets back to the seat. He's fidgety, can't do his work. And a lot of times when it's overlooked, of course, the teacher's gonna tell his parents, you're gonna go home, you're gonna get a beating, you're gonna go back the next day, you're gonna do it all over again at school, cut up.
Right.
He can't sit still.
Right.
He's trying to, he can't do it. He has a diagnosis, it has to be
It's
addressed.
correct, right.
And then they say, oh, now he didn't get that lesson. He don't know how to add 2 + 2. Now he's below grade level.
Yeah.
He never got the special attention to address the diagnosis. He can learn. He's smart as a whip. But that has happened so much. And then the parents, unfortunately, no, we're not going to get him medication. It's going to make him
They
more
wanna
crazy.
label
Yeah.
and all of that.
Talk about that.
Yeah, a lot of people
So
say
that's-
that.
So we have to
that's
educate
huge.
the parents need to be educated on common diagnosis when it comes to their kids. Even at an early age, you got to pay attention. You got to get involved. Understand some of the most common diagnoses. For example, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. First of all, kids 2, 3, 4 years old, they're gonna be hyper anyway. They're gonna be in trouble in a way. But when you progress, and then the attention span is already gonna be, 3 seconds. But when they start to, when kids start to, and this is one subject matter, when kids start to get into grade schools, kindergarten, preschool, kindergarten, start paying attention. Of course, the attention span is gonna be short, but you'll see, you know your kid.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, the kid. You'll know when it gets to first grade, second grade, when it get past 5 or 6 years old, when you really can't pay attention to the simple things.
Yeah.
It's certain common diagnoses. Even when it comes to depression, kids get depressed. Kids get hyper. Believe it or not, we all get depressed. Everybody had gone to a funeral.
Yeah.
But there are common diagnoses in elementary kids.
But you know what I'm glad y'all brought that medicine up. You hear that all the time. Man, don't put my kid on no medicine. He don't need no medicine. He just need a good whooping. But a lot of us in the black community, we got too much pride to let people know there's something wrong with our kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of parents knew their kid have mental issues, but they want to say nothing because they feel like they're gonna be embarrassed letting people know that their kid got mental issues and stuff instead of dealing with it.
Right, and that's why awareness is mental health awareness is so important. And awareness in any type when dealing with any type of situation is important. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and even for those women that felt that they had a lump, guess what? A lot of those women go into a deep depression. It's not the end of the world. You're gonna get through it. That's why they say you have to fight. They go into a deep depression, and in the home, when mama going into deep depression, the whole house is
The whole
down.
house, boy.
Yeah.
So that's why it's good to that's when that mental health clinician comes into play. That's working with that physician with that breast cancer situation. And then going back to October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I don't know if I should have called out the date or not.
You all right?
Good.
But do you know that men get breast cancer?
No, I didn't.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
I didn't
men
know
get
that.
breast cancer as well. You know, but
Men get breast cancer?
absolutely. So I'm saying that because it's important that awareness, that we understand and we're aware of these things, so it won't be as taboo. So man, you need to go check too. If you feel something in your chest,
Oh
is
yeah,
abnormal,
I didn't know that.
You know,
I went to checking, doc. You know what I'm saying?
and
Well, it is
and
real. Some men do have like little.
and we don't go to
Titties.
the doctor. We don't.
Some
We
of them
don't
have
go
them
to
big
the doctor.
titties.
When we feel a lump or something, we think, oh, that's just soreness. We'll thug it out. You know?
I didn't know that. That was real. You knew that real?
Now, I know you mentioned that, you said about the mom getting depressed. And so that, of course, affects the household. So what about the high-functioning depression? Like, how does that,
So
how do you identify, should I say?
That's a really good question. I made a video. Go to my Instagram at Dr. Marcus Green, at Dr. Marcus Green. I made a video the other day on high functioning depression. Let me give you an example of high functioning depression.
Can you tell me what high function depression is?
High functioning depression is when you're functioning like normal. You're that guy.
Okay.
You know, Terry he cutting every day, doing a good job. Hey, being Terry Green, everybody knows that he's that man in the community.
Yeah.
You know, he's coming, doing his podcast, going to church. Everything's hokey dokey fine. He looks well,
Yeah.
but he's not well. Everything is well except for him. He's just masking it. He's just dealing with high functioning depression. And a lot of parents, especially, I won't say especially, people deal with it because they internalize it. So they put on a mask and go to work. They put on a mask around other people. So high functioning depression, you can just function normal. It's like a high functioning addict.
Dang, man.
You function normal, never know they're suffering inside. A lot of people suffer in silence. And let me tell you what happens when you suffer in silence. Hypertension creeps in. Hypertension has no smell, it just creeps in. And then you get high blood pressure. A lot of things start to affect your body physically when hypertension sinks in. So that's what happens when you internalize high functioning depression.
So does that, can that create the anxiety?
It can lead to anxiety.
Okay.
Yes, it can lead to anxiety.
But that's almost everybody then, man.
Can you tell me the difference between anxiety and depression?
Well, let me give you an example
Okay.
of anxiety, so you can better understand. You ever been on an airplane? You're at 30,000 feet and you experience turbulences. You're like, you grab your seat. Oh, what was that?
Yeah.
The plane is dropping,
Yeah,
shaking.
yeah.
And you're alert.
Yeah.
That's
anxiety.
That's anxiety.
I know that feeling.
Yes, sir. I know about that.
Right.
Okay.
And still, but just imagine experiencing that, not being on the airplane. Just example experiencing that like right now.
Yeah.
'Cause you can have a panic attack right now.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of people with anxiety, they have that experience, but they're not on the airplane. But it comes and goes, It comes and goes. And with medication, it helps you.
I was going to say.
Yeah, with medication, it really helps you to manage it a whole lot better.
Is that the only way to manage that, though? Because I know some people that have anxiety. I hear it. I don't know. I hear it. I just got my own assumption of what it is. But you described it very well to me. So now knowing that, and these people that have anxiety, and sometimes I be like, man, just
And
chill out, man.
It's
Just-
not that
Yeah.
simple.
It's not that
It's
easy.
not that simple,
But
yeah.
if sometimes people have panic attacks at work, then here's an advice I would give if you're experiencing some type of panic attack at work. Just take about 10 deep breathing exercises. Just hold it. Just release it about 10 times. It'll help calm you down. If you're at a 10, it'll probably get you at a 7. It'll get you to the end of the day. Do it, practice it a couple of times.
Take that deep breath.
You know, or do some jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Do some jumping jacks.
Wow.
And if that doesn't work, put in your iPods, whatever, if you can. Those who can, and listen to your favorite music. You know, and that'll help if you're at work, if you're in a setting and nobody's around.
Because a lot of people don't want to take medicine all the time. It seems
Right.
like you got to take medicine for everything, or pill. It's a pill for everything,
but
man.
It depends on how the severity of it.
Uh-huh.
You know, because a lot of people have panic attacks. Some people are on medication. You can't get to your medication. You're at work, whatever. But those are some good techniques until you can get to it. You know, help calm you down. You know, get you
But
to
Ma,
the end
man,
of the day.
Ma, all right, just listening to you, man, right? You know, we all grew up together, you know, from the Broncos, Manatee Broncos, you know, to now. And just to hear you articulate these words, man, and break this stuff down in a simple form. A lot of time, you know, you ask doctors about certain things, they give you big words that you can't really even understand and all that, but see, you breaking it down in a common way. What made you want to get into this mental world, man?
Mental health.
Yeah, what made you want to get into this mental health world, man? I mean, because we grew up with a lot of mental health stuff, man.
Right,
you know,
right,
some
right.
small things like when your grandma and your mama tell you to tell the insurance man, I ain't home.
Right.
But we know you in there.
Yeah,
You know, but that's
Right.
mental.
Right.
You know, that's mental. And your mom used to say, just because you're poor, that don't mean you have to dress like you're poor.
Correct.
That's another mental. It's
Right.
small, but it's mental.
We
So
all
what made
deal
you
with-
get into?
What made me get into mental health? Remember back in undergrad, I wanted to save the world.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to save the world. So I had to find my niche. You know, I had to find my niche. You know, I had to find myself. And it all started really, I think my junior year at Morris Brown. I took a class called gerontology. Gerontology is the study of elderly people.
Okay.
And going to HBCU, we studying how elderly people, how these African American elderly people function, how they function. But what gravitated to me was, wow, our elderly people are dying from preventative diseases. You know, they're dying because of poor dieting, eating like they ate in slavery days. You know, they died in even looking at our own families.
Yeah.
They died of preventative diseases. So back to what that elderly person, that wise person told me, you might not be able to save the world, but you can save those around you. So I stopped eating foods that was detrimental to my body. You know, it was a process, but I stopped eating pork, I stopped eating beef, I stopped eating milk from a cow. I just stopped. I protested my grandma's kitchen on doing Thanksgiving.
Oh, boy.
They wanted to call me a Muslim.
Oh, boy.
You know, this is tough because, you know, you got your family and friends, the pressure on you. But anyway, it all affects of how we think, our thought process, you know, and it's so from there, I just wanted to educate and save the world. So mental health was my space. I found my niche, you know. So that's how. Now I'm not trying to tell folks that's not they barbecue ribs on Saturday, but you know that was my journey.
But I think even for that though, because seeing someone, because again we know it is taboo in our community, and I think as the years have gone by, more so recently, people are going to see counselors or doctors to deal with that because they know that there is an issue and is it, you know, kind of getting away from how we were raised. So just seeing someone from the area, seeing someone of color in that field who can help me and not judge me, because a lot of the times people think when they're going to talk to people that they're going to be judged.
Yeah.
Right.
But knowing that they're in a safe space to be able to communicate with you and to kind of get answers as to what, you know, for what they need.
So I try to tell people this. Therapy is not a dirty word. It's a safe place for you to become your best self. Remember that now.
That's nice.
Those shouting words, we was in church, those would be amen.
Amen. I'm with you on that.
Those shouting-
So.
Therapy is not a dirty word. You know, remember it's been taboo in our community.
Yeah.
Our community. It's becoming more accepted now. You know,
Yeah.
because a lot of therapists transition to become a life coach.
Life coaches, yeah.
You know, becoming life coach. I have a life coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like an attorney. It's a rule that attorneys shouldn't go into a courtroom and represent themselves. A dentist can't work on themselves. Just
right.
like a mental health clinician. You know, I still struggle with death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, although I'm a licensed therapist, I can help you through it. I can guide you through it. There's different stages of death we go through. Even myself, I struggle with death. Still struggling. I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah.
You know, but you know there are different coping mechanisms that you know I try to practice myself. But I have a life coach that helped me get through a lot of things, so I can maintain. You know,
That's big
awesome.
up, Mark, man. But just, boy, this, I know we got to go, and I'm finna go back a little bit. So, okay, look. Okay, but Mark, but coming out of Southeast, what you wanted to be coming out of Southeast going, why did you go to Morris Cone? I mean, Morris Cone. Hey, hold on. Morris Cone is my dormitory at Elwood Waters. Morris Brown. Why you want,
you know,
what made you go to Morris Brown?
You know what? My grandmother over at Gethsemane Church.
All right.
Okay,
You
right
know,
across Miller's Market.
Yes.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Gethsemane.
Glass Belford. You know, my grandmother on my father's side, she knew about Morris Brown College.
Okay.
And you know, Gethsemane supported the
Okay.
college at
Yeah.
the time.
Okay.
You know, and my uncle Lynn was in Atlanta, and she arranged for us to go up there I think my junior year at Southeast, to go up there and visit. And Linda Belford, my sister, was at Clark at the time, and we went up there and visited. I was sold. You know, at Morris Brown. At the time I wanted to go to Bethune.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to go to Bethune, but when I went to go visit, I was sold. I mean, I think I wouldn't have gone wrong either way.
Yeah,
you know,
Right.
you've been
know.
all right.
But yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
all
I
right.
got there.
Well, listen, Dr. Marcus, we're gonna have to go to our next segment, but it saddens me because we don't have enough time, and we I mean, this is.
I'll be back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just about to say,
We gotta
man,
have
you
a
gotta,
part two.
we
Gotta come back, baby.
Gotta come back.
You
man.
gotta
Yeah.
come back, Mark.
Man. You gotta come back. So what I want to do, I want to move on to our next segment, which is sponsored by one of our one and own, my girl, Selena. What we got, Desiree?
All right, Truth and Share, brought to you by Selena G. Bradley, your trusted expert in buying, selling, and investing in real estate.
Well, listen, Marcus, you know, this is our version of Truth and Dare, but we do Truth and Share. So the rules is just tell the truth. TROOF. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
You with me? All right. So I mean, Desiree, you got something?
I do.
All right, Desiree, go ahead.
All right, so my question, I know we talked about your career, but is there something that you're passionate about that people may not know?
Something that I'm passionate about that people may not know. Man, y'all should have given me this question beforehand.
I was going there.
Man. You know, the answer is yes. So I try to live my life through an example. I don't have to tell people I got this or I got a car, I got this kind of car. That's not me. I fly
Right.
below the radar. You know, when you're Superman, only the people who know you're Superman supposed would know. You know, so people don't know how much of a passion I have to give back to where I come from. A major passion.
That's awesome.
You know, because the slaves, we're the hope and the dream of the slaves. They can imagine this.
Right.
You know, and people died here in Manatee County for us to be where we are right now.
That's
You know,
true.
I mean, we're in the deep South. You know, I mean, it was so bad that they didn't have too many slave revolts here in the deep South during those times. So I have a passion to give back and to bring my people up. You know, and I don't think too many people understand how deep my passion is.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Green?
Well, you know, see, I've been knowing Marcus for a long time. I don't think Mark is married. You ain't married, right? Is it, Mark? You see, he a celebrity to me right now.
Okay.
You know, because he a doctor. He wasn't no doctor before.
Okay.
So look, Mark. Celebrity women. It's a good one, Mark.
I'm with
Mark, tell me the truth, Mark. Tell me the truth, man. Tell me the truth. You got the date one. You got the married one. And you got to tell one to go home. All right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
You got Angela Bassett.
Okay.
And you got Monique. The comedian Monique. You got to date one. You got to marry one. And you got to tell one of them to go home.
Oh man. Well, y'all put me on the spot.
Welcome home.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna date Oprah.
You go date Oprah, okay.
I'm gonna marry Angie. And I'm gonna send a cab or Uber for Monique.
Sounds about right.
All right, truth or dare, man. This last one, truth or share. My bad. Right. Hey, so I remember Marcus back in the day. I mean, I don't know what time frame this was. You know, maybe it was time frame when you started cleaning up your diet. A program called Herbalife.
Uh-oh.
When you were involved in that program, did you really make some good
No,
money?
you're talking about Arbonne.
Arbonne, there we go.
Arbonne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Repeat the question again.
What was it called? Arbonne?
Arbonne.
What would you say real Herbalife?
I got
Now, what's Herbalife?
It's one called Herbalife.
I remember that.
It is
There's one called Herbalife.
Yeah, there's
ain't
an
it?
Herbalife.
There's an Herbalife.
There's
That
an
was
Herbalife. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So same question. When you was
Okay.
in Arbonne,
Okay.
did you really make some really good money?
Okay, now really good money is on different levels.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I would say it was okay at the time.
Okay.
At that time frame.
At the time
It was
frame.
pretty decent at that time frame.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
I mean, I remember when I was a work study student, and I think my highest check was like $300, and we got paid every month. That was some good money.
Boy,
Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to tell you.
For a
boy.
student, boy,
Yes,
$300
yeah.
a month. So it depends where you are in life, and at that time, I say it was okay at that time.
It was okay.
At that time frame.
So what kind of company is that? What is that?
What was
You
it?
say Arbor-like? What-
Arbonne. It was more like a what was that?
Arbonne.
It was it had
What they called it back in the day?
beauty products. Well, he done went way back when you.
I'm telling you, this
back
boy,
in the month.
hey, Mark, this boy went to University of Florida.
He
They
went-
know how to dissect stuff, man.
Yes,
See,
he
me,
went.
you went.
That's
to
why I can't
HBCU.
be a politician.
See, hey, boy.
They bring up too much dirt. It was like a multi-level one of those companies, you know.
Oh, okay.
But it had some really nice products.
Okay.
On anti-aging. It had really
Okay.
nice products concerned with anti-aging.
Okay,
It was
okay.
really good.
All right. Well, Doc, I'm today, man. You got to come back. I don't
Man,
know if we
Mark
got
gotta
to
come
zoom you in.
back, man.
Maybe you be our specialist
Oh,
when
man.
it comes down to
But-
mental health. You know what I'm saying? We got to go.
My man, he got to say, man, listen, Mark got to say something about the 941
Oh, it was
pool party, man. I mean, he
yeah.
the originator.
Yeah.
This is the originator right here, man.
Yeah. Let me say something about that. Thanks for giving me that shout out. So, 941 pool party ATL. Don't miss the next one, 2025.
Okay.
You know, we party with a purpose. And
you
this
go.
one here is going to be the king of all kings. So if you missed the last ones or if you went to the other ones in the past, you don't want to miss this one. It's always the first weekend in August. So this is going to be the first weekend in August 2025. Now, I'm challenging. There's going to be a lot of things coming out. Starting January, I'll send out some between January and February, some save the dates, some reminders. So this particular round, I'm going to do something to all the preachers in the community. If you're a preacher in the 941 area, I am giving away $941 to your youth program. I'll say it again. If you're a preacher in the 941 area, I'm giving out $941 to your youth program. There's a catch to it. You got to come to the 941 pool party ATL all 3 days.
Got to come.
3-day event. We party with a purpose. This is gonna be the king of all king of the party. I'm gonna top
Yes,
all
sir.
the ones we did in the past because we do it with a purpose. Part of my giving back. Part of me trying to get my people some exposure. You gotta change it up. We gotta get T Green to shut the barbershop down for a day. We gotta get him shut it down for a day.
Lord, boy, I might be
okay.
back to school. Lord have mercy.
Shut it down and work half a day on. You need to get there Friday for the meet and greet. So, but I'm there's gonna be a spin to it. There's gonna be a big spin this year, so you cannot miss the next one.
Okay.
And apply pressure on your preacher. You can't come 1 day, 2 days, all 3 days.
You gotta come all 3 days.
Preacher gotta come all 3 days.
Not
And you can't send your head pastor. You gotta be the head. You cannot send your assistant or representative. It has to be the head pastor.
But why the pastors got to come, man?
to the pool party? Is this
It's an experience. You gotta go back and tell this congregation it's an experience. It's an experience.
I've never been.
It's truly an experience.
I've been there.
I've always heard about it, and I've been wanting and meaning to go. I just have not went. Maybe it's the time of year.
Yeah,
maybe
get out
it's
your
kinda
comfort
cold.
zone now. Get out your comfort zone. That's why I do it. That's one of the reasons why I do it. You have to get out your comfort zone.
Okay.
And come experience it.
Okay.
And it's my goal is it's like a family reunion with a twist.
Okay. Okay.
It's like a reunion with a twist.
So that means the whole 941 community is invited
Oh, absolutely.
to Atlanta
Yes.
first weekend of August to take part
In this experience.
in this experience with a purpose.
Absolutely.
You heard it.
Absolutely. 941 Pool Party ATL 2025 is a must. Plan now.
Okay.
What's it? The pastors come, they get $940.
Maybe
$41
41.
youth
Maybe
program.
Nah, 41.
Can Troof Be Told come up and maybe sell up?
Absolutely. You have to. Truth be told, you have to. You have to come up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this, Dr. Marcus Green. It has been a pleasure. This
Yeah.
Yes,
this
sir.
went to a space where I felt like I didn't have an idea we'll go here, but it was much needed, and I think the conversation needs to continue. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can do another round of this.
Yeah.
Because there's different aspects of mental health that we have to explore.
Yeah.
And it comes best when you're dealing with someone has been in the field, know the field, has his own company, and touching. You talked about touching people's lives, right?
Absolutely.
So you're touching the families and the households of the people in Atlanta, and hopefully you're touching people here in
Yeah.
the 941 area as well. You know, we're going to be dismissed because we couldn't get into the conversation about your shoes. We want to do that too, right? But I know you got a flight to catch, so we're going to close this out. I just want to say thank you again for doing that. And last thing we
Yes,
do
thank
normally,
you.
we do shout outs, okay? So you have an opportunity to do a shout out. Green, you got a shout out real quick?
Man, I just want to shout out to the alumni of Southeast High School, baby. I keep telling y'all, we don't just play basketball and football, but we got a doctor in the house. Southeast, baby.
Does really got a shout out?
Yes. So I cannot go without doing this. Back at the end of September, my mom celebrated 25 years being a dispatcher for the city of Bradenton, police and fire. So congratulations, mother. Keep answering them calls.
Yeah.
Keep sending help and telling the police where to go, as you would say.
Okay.
So congratulations, Mom.
Is she a snitch?
No, the people call her. How's she snitching?
Oh, okay. My bad. Hey, I'm just playing. Congratulations.
Mama, luckily he's not in the city. I was going to say, because if he ever called, just hang up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I got a shout out. I
boy.
want to give a shout out to all the breast cancer survivors.
Yes.
This month,
Yes,
we
sir.
are
Yeah.
we are recognizing that that pink bow. If you guys are able to get involved in breast cancer, by any way, if it's giving back money, if it's going to any awareness type deals, if it's taking part in any runs and walk type deals, just take part in something to show your your respect in the level of when it comes down to that. I think everybody has been affected in some type of way.
Yeah.
My own family has been. So I want to make sure to honor this month because it's much needed.
Yes.
Doc, you got a shout out?
Hey, first of all, I want to thank you all for inviting me. You know, it's a pleasure being here. You know, hey, I'm home.
Yes.
Well,
sir.
you're home, Mark.
So anytime, I'm just a call away. But, you know, just want to give a shout out to really all my people, man, here in Manatee County, you know, and those around. So let's, you know, just want to give a shout out to everybody. But I appreciate you all, you know, having me and being hospitable.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
this good stuff. Keep doing it. This is our community. We need
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
You know,
Love
be a voice of the community. So
Yes.
I'm proud of y'all.
Yes,
Thanks.
sir,
Good
man.
stuff.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate it. And like I said before, man, we can get none of this stuff done without you guys tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. We have more people, interesting people like Dr. Marcus Green that's going to be coming on next season. You don't want to miss that. Just like you don't want to miss 941, just like you don't want to miss RB in Me.
All
Yes,
right
sir,
now, all
man.
right.
Yes, sir. Hey, Mark, you gotta come home, man.
I'll be there.
February 15th, baby.
Yes, sir.
The R&B and Me
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Fest.
sir.
Yes, sir.
at the
So-
Dream Center.
So come out and party with us in that month of February. All right, it's time to get up out of here, man. It's time for a break. We out of here, right?
We
We
out.
out. We
Like
out.
I said, like you know, man, this is another episode of Troof Be Told. And we always say, we out.
We out.
Peace.
Truth, really, that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic. This truth be told, only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the God Barber. I hope that you ready. Keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told. Let's go.